Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today, inshallah ta'ala, we will continue the topic of prepositional phrase, the murakkab jari Shibul Jumla. In this lecture, we will learn, inshallah ta'ala, that the other ways how we can use the murakkab jari in Jumla Ismiya. So this lecture is divided in two parts, is 16a, and next lecture will be the 16b, and then our prepositional phrase topic will be complete, inshallah ta'ala. So let's start. This slide I used again because this is very important point. You must know that Shibu Jumla Khabar Murakkab Jari can never be used as a Mubtada in Jumla Ismiya. So this is very important because sometimes Shibu Jumla, the Murakkab Jari, comes in the beginning of the sentence, and you know that the noun which comes in the beginning of the sentence, it becomes a subject, it becomes a Mubtada. But the Murakkab Jari, Shibu Jumla, can never be used as a Mubtada. So if it can't be used as a mubtada, then what is about the khabar? Khabar is is in very detail. Okay, so what about the khabar? Khabar can be a mufradism. It can be a singular noun. It can be used as a component. It can be used as a fragment, or you can say the phrase. And we, as you already know, that we are doing 5 types of the phrases in this Jumla Ismiya. So which phrases can be used as a khabar? The first one, the murakkab izafi, the idafa, the possession. It can come as it can be used as a khabar. Murakkab tawsifi, descriptive phrase. It can be used as a predicate, as a khabar. And murakkab atfi, it can be used, the atfi means is this murakkab we will learn soon, inshallah ta'ala, their conjunctions. So it can be used as a khabar. And murakkab jari, which we are covering nowadays, this topic is a prepositional phrase. It cannot be used as a actual khabar, it cannot be used as a real khabar, but it can be used as a muta'alliq khabar, means related to khabar, some information about the khabar. Or it can be used as a shibu jumla khabar, and this shibu jumla khabar, this topic we have started today, and inshallah ta'ala it will cover in the next lecture, inshallah ta'ala. And khabar can be used as a sentence, it can be used as a jumla. And you know that in Arabic language there are 2 types of the jumla. The jumla can be the nominative, or it can be the verbal sentence. So either it is a nominal sentence or it is a verbal sentence. They can come as they can be used as a khabar. Okay, so we will cover this topic, that how we can use the sentence as a khabar when we will cover the Jumla failure. Then inshallah ta'ala you will get a lecture on this topic. But at the moment we are covering the phrases, which are the 5 phrases, and there are 4 mentioned here. The one which I didn't mention here, which is a murakkab ishari, and I as already explained you when I explained the murakkab ishari lecture, in that murakkab ishari demonstrative phrase cannot be used as a khabar, because demonstrative phrase is always ma'arifa, is always definite, and khabar should be definite, indefinite. Khabar should be nakira, it should be indefinite. That's the reason that murakkab ishari, the demonstrative phrase, cannot be used as a khabar. Okay, so anyhow, so this is the full you can see there are a lot of leaves that khabar can we can use all these things as a khabar. Okay, so one by one we are covering everything, inshallah. First we covered the mufradism as a khabar. Now we are covering these things. So let's start the murakkab jari as a khabar. Okay, so in the last lecture, I already explained here this slide, that Shibu Jumla, Murakkab Jari, can be used in 3 ways in Jumla Ismiya. The first one we done already in the last lecture, that Murakkab Jari will be called Muta'alliq Khabar, means related to Khabar, in the presence of Khabar. Okay, in the presence of Khabar in Jumla Ismiya. If I said in the presence of Khabar, it means that something will be happen in the Jumla Ismiya when the khabar will not be present. It means khabar will be absent in the Jumla Ismiya, and this is a topic that we are going to learn today, inshallah ta'ala. That murakkab jari will be called shibu jumla khabar, or you can say substitute of khabar, in the absence of khabar in Jumla Ismiya. Okay, so we will cover this second light in this lecture, and in the third light, inshallah ta'ala, we will cover in the uh, part B of the lecture 16, inshallah ta'ala. So let's start about this one. Usage of Jaar Majroor. Jaar Majroor means Murakkab Jari, means Shibu Jumla. In Jumla Ismiya, in the absence of khabar, in the absence of predicate. What's the usage? When khabar is absent in Jumla Ismiya, then Jaar Majroor take the place of khabar, or we can say that it replace the khabar. Okay, it replace the khabar, like, and so we will say that substitute predicate or adaptive predicate. In this case, Jaar Majroor will be called Shibu Jumla Khabar or Qaim Muqam Khabar. Okay, Qaim Muqam Khabar or Shibu Jumla Khabar, they are the two names of same thing. It's totally up to you which one you want to use. So if you say Shibu Jumla Khabar, that will be better than Qaim Muqam Khabar, because this is the exact Arabic terminology word that we use in the grammar books. Okay. All right. So this is the definition, but when we do practically, inshallah, then you can understand easily. I remove the animations from this slide because I already used many times this slide. So even if maybe you all remember all these examples as well. So you know that the murakkab naqis means it is meaningful unit but doesn't convey the complete meaning. On the other hand, the murakkab tam is a combination of the words that convey the complete meaning. We done the Murkab Tosifi like Pious Boy, and we learn how we can convert this Murkab Tosifi into a sentence. Then we learned the Murkab Shari, and we learned that how we can convert the Murkab Shari into a sentence. Now we covered in the last lecture Murakkab Jari, the prepositional phrase, which is that in the masjid, fil bayti. Now, in this today's lecture, we will learn that how we can convert the prepositional phrase into a complete sentence. Okay, how we can convert this in the masjid. Either then we say that the boy is in the masjid, so it means it is a full sentence now. Okay, so let's start. As you already know about this slide, because in the last lecture we done that al-waladu is mubtada, qa'imun is a khabar, and fil masjidi is muta'alliq khabar. So according to this slide, you know that when khabar is present and then if there is jar majroor, that jar majroor will called a muta'alliq khabar because khabar is already there. There is jar majroor is additional information about the khabar, something related to khabar. But if khabar is disappear, if I omit the khabar, if I remove the khabar, if I delete the khabar from the sentence, so what's gonna happen? Nothing will happen. Nothing gonna happen. It will be same sentence. It will still giving me a complete meaning. Okay, so it is still a sentence. It's giving me a full meaning. So the boy is in the masjid. It's a full sentence. It makes sense. It's not incomplete. Okay, so sometimes we don't need khabar if the jar majroor is enough in the sentence and is conveying the complete meaning, is if the jar majroor is giving a full meaning, so there is no need for the khabar. Okay, so in this case al waladu is mubtada and fil masjidi there is no khabar now, so then the jar majroor will not be said at muta'alliq khabar because it's not related to khabar because khabar is not present. Okay, khabar is not present, so we can't say that something related to khabar because khabar is not mentioned here. If khabar is not mentioned here, then what we're gonna say to this jar majroor? We will say that this jar majroor means fil masjidi is a shibu jumla khabar, means it's take the place of the khabar, it replace the khabar. This jar majroor replace the khabar, so we will say it shibu jumla khabar. Why we didn't say only khabar? Because we can't say it is a khabar. Because why? Because khabar should be marfu. Khabar should be marfu. It's not the Jaar Majroor fil masjidi is not an actual khabar. It's not a real khabar. It just take the place of the khabar. Okay, it's just a replacing the khabar. So I hope you will understand, and I will explain you some more, a little bit more example. Then I will move towards the Qurani ayat, inshallah ta'ala. I'm giving you one sentence here. The boy is in the library. If I ask you, does it this giving you complete meaning? Does it make sense? Yeah, of course, it is giving me full meaning, because the boy is a subject here. Okay, it's a subject, it's a mubtada. In the library is a prepositional phrase in the English language too. So in the library means fil maktabi. So in the library, so is it is a prepositional phrase. It means predicate. The khabar is not present here. Khabar is not present here, because why the khabar is not present here? Why khabar is absent here? Because there is no need of the khabar. We know that if the boy is in library, what he will do there? Of course he will do reading there. If I give you just suppose if I add the predicate in these two things, so okay, I'm giving you a few hints. The boy is playing in the library, or the boy is reading in the library, or the boy is sleeping in the library. So what should be the correct answer? What should be the predicate? Should be full this place. So I hope you will give me the answer that reading. The boy is reading in the library, because as we if we already know the predicate, if we already know what is the predicate, then there is no need to mention the predicate. That's the reason. There are few reasons to remove the predicate, to remove the khabar from the sentence. So one of the reason is this: if we already know the what is predicate, then there is no need to mention the predicate. So the it can be the few more reasons, so I will discuss inshallah ta'ala later on. So at the moment I will just tell you that if we know already, if it is understood that what is the predicate, then there is no need to mention the predicate. Okay, so okay, let's move to this sentence. The boy is a subject, means mubtada here. Reading is a khabar, is a predicate here. In the library is a Jaar Majroor, is a prepositional phrase, so is related to predicate, something about the khabar, muta'alliq khabar. If I remove the khabar from here, because we know that what he will do in library, of course he will not do, he will not play there, he will not he will not sleep there. Of course he will read there. It's it, it's a common sense that we know that if any person is in library, of course he will do read there. Okay, so that's the reason that the predicate should not mention in the sentence. So I will remove the predicate, the khabar. The sentence is still in make sense. The sentence is giving me full complete meaning. This is the reason that predicate is not here. This is the reason that predicate is mahzuf here. In Arabic, we say mahzuf, means deleted or omitted. Okay, so what is going to do now? Okay, I move it. Look at the screen. When the predicate is already mentioned here, then preposition phrase will be called muta'alliq khabar. But if predicate is not mentioned here, if it is not mentioned in the sentence, if it is not present in the sentence, then in that case this preposition phrase will take the place of the khabar. Uh, it will replace by the predicate. So we will say that Shibul Jumla khabar, or we can say substitute predicate. Substitute predicate means Shibul Jumla khabar. It take the place of the khabar. Okay, it's not actual khabar, it's not a real khabar, but it is giving me something, giving me information about the khabar. Okay, so this is complete sentence now. I'm giving you one more example. The boy is in the playground. Why the predicate is not mentioned here? Because we know that the predicate, of course, if it is in playground, of course he's not sleeping there, of course he's not eating there, he's not there for eating, he's not for sleeping or for reading. He must be playing there. That's why he's in playground. The boy is playing in the playground. So playing is not mentioned here. Playing is removed from the sentence because it's already understood. It's already viewers already know that what is a predicate. So that's why there is no need to mention the predicate in the sentence. Okay, so I hope you understand now. In this slide, I mentioned if there in English that what is subject, predicate, and the related to predicate. And here in the bottom, the purple slide, the subject and the substitute predicate without the predicate. Without the predicate, prepositional phrase still giving a complete meaning. So that's why there is no need for the predicate. Okay, so let's move now towards the examples from the Quran Majid. Whom is a Zamir Munfasil, which always use as a Mubtada, as a subject. Mu'aridun is a Nakira and is Marfu and is Jama Salim Muzakkar. So it's a Khabar now. Mubtada and Khabar become Maful Jumla Ismiya. The sentence giving me the this slide is already I used in the last lecture. Why I'm using it again? Because there is a reason behind. Because first I will start from it, then I will explain to you inshallah ta'ala. Let's move toward the translation. They turns away. They turns away. Now, if we want something related to khabar, if we want more information about the khabar, so what we will do, we will add the prepositions, we will add the shibu jumla, means I will add the murakkab jari in it, which is fi ghaflatin. Fi ghaflatin is a jar majroor, and jar majroor will be called muta'alliq khabar, means khabar is present here, so something related to khabar. So the translation will be now, they turns away in the heedlessness. Okay, so something related to khabar, more information about the khabar. Okay, now look at the screen, because I'm going to remove something, I'm going to omit something, and which will be the khabar. If I remove the khabar from the sentence, okay, I move this translation as well, and now I will squeeze the sentence. Does it make sense now? Yeah, it makes sense. It is still giving me complete meaning. It's still giving me, it is still meaningful. Okay, so they are in heedlessness, so they're still meaningful. So sometimes there will be no khabar. In that case, if khabar is not there, if khabar is not present, on that case, the jar majroor will not be called muta'alliq khabar. It will be called shibu jumla khabar. Okay, so it's not a muta'alliq khabar, it is a shibu jumla khabar. Shibu jumla khabar means substitute khabar, means deputy khabar. Okay, so what we will do now, I use this in this slide, I use the this sentence with the khabar or and without the khabar. In Suratul Al-Anbiya, in Suratul Al-Anbiya, Mu'aridun is a khabar which is present here. This slide is in fact very important for your lecture, because in this slide it's mentioned that if khabar is present, if khabar is mentioned in the sentence, then in that case jar majroor will be called muta'alliq khabar. And if khabar is not present, and if khabar is not mentioned in the sentence, in that case jar majroor will be called shibu jumla khabar. Okay, so it will be called as shibu jumla khabar. It will not called be a muta'alliq khabar, it will be called as shibu jumla khabar when khabar is not present. So I mentioned here the center in translation as well. This other part is from the Suratul Maryam at 39. Okay, do some more examples. Al-ghaibu is marifa, marfus is mubtada. Lillahi. Lillahi is jar majur. If I ask you, is there another marfu ism here except al-ghaibu? Instead of al-ghaibu, al-ghaibu is one of the marfu ism here, which is mubtada, because it starts the sentence, it is the subject of the sentence, but there is no another marfu ism that we can make a khabar. So it means khabar is absent here. Khabar is not present here. So in the absence of the khabar, what jar majroor will how it will react? It will react as a khabar. It will take the place of the khabar. Okay, so it will replace the khabar. So we will say that jar majroor, we will bring the light here. It is the second light, that murkab jari will be called a shibu jumla khabar, means substitute of khabar, in the absence of the khabar in jumla ismiya. Okay, in the absence of the khabar, because khabar is not present, because there is no marfu ism that we can make a khabar. Okay, there's only two words, al-ghaibu and lillahi. Only two words. First word I make a mubtada, and the second one is a jar is a fragment of prepositions, is a preposition and the noun. So it's a component of preposition. So jar majroor will become a shibu jumla khabar. Mubtada with shibu jumla khabar become a jumla ismiya. Translation is the unseen is for Allah. Okay, let's do more example. الصدقات is a marifa marfu, so it's mubtada. للفقراء is jar majroor. So again, there is no marfu, there is no another marfu ism here that we can make a khabar. So it means khabar is not present here, khabar is absent here. In the absence of khabar, jar majroor will take the place of the khabar, so it will called a shibu jumla khabar. So mubtada with shibu jumla khabar is become a jumla ismiya. Welfare funds means zakat are for the poor. Okay, ana. Ana is zamir munfasil is here marfu mubtada. And now in the rest of the ayah, the part of the this ayah, if we check, if we find, is there any marfu ism that we can make a khabar? So let's check. Bihi is a jar majrur, zaimun. Yeah, zaimun. Wow. Zaimun is, we find it. We find it that zaimun is a nakira. It is marfu. So it's fulfilling the all requirements of the khabar. So it means it is a khabar. Khabar is present here. Okay. In this sentence, khabar is present. Khabar is not absent. Khabar is present. So in that case, if khabar is already mentioned, is mentioned in the sentence, then jar majroor will become what it will become. So we will bring the first light, yellow light. The first light is saying that murakkab jari will be called muta'alliq khabar, means related to khabar in the presence of the khabar in jumla ismiya. Okay, so if in the sentence there is mubtada, there is a marfu ism that we can make a khabar, and in the presence of khabar there is a jar majroor, so it will be called a muta'alliq khabar. Okay, so mubtada, khabar and muta'alliq khabar become a jumla ismiya. So it is translation is I am responsible for it. I am responsible for it. Okay. So responsible is a here, is a aimun, is a khabar here. All right, let's move on. Al aqibatu is ma'rifa marfu is mubtada lil muttaqin. So find, is there any marfu ism here except al aqibatu? Al aqibatu is, there is only one marfu ism which starts the sentence, which is the mubtada. There is no another marfu ism that can take that we can say that it is khabar. So it means there is no khabar. There is no the khabar is not present in the sentence. In that case, if khabar is absent, in the absence of the khabar, lil muttaqin will be called shibu jumla khabar. Okay, in the absence of khabar, because we know that there is no more khabar here. There is only two words. The first one is mubtada, and another one is which one is lil muttaqin, ina sound. Muttaqin is ina sound, can be a mansub or can be a majroor. So at the moment it is majroor because of the lamul jar, lam harfu jar. Okay, so there is no marfu ism here, which means there is no khabar here. So jar majroor will be called a shibu jumla khabar. Mubtada with shibu jumla khabar become a jumla ismiya. The delightful end is for righteous people. Okay. So why there is no khabar? Again, is because we know that what there is no need to mention the khabar here. Okay. The jar majroor is fulfilling the giving the complete meaning of the khabar. Okay, let's do more examples. Huwa is a zamir munfasil, which always use as a mubtada, and minas sadiqeen. Min is a harfu jar. As-sadiqeen is ina sound. What it can be? What if I ask you the i'rab of the as-sadiqeen? Can it be the marfu, mansub, or majroor? So I hope you will say that ina sound can never be a marfu. Can never be the i'rab of the ina sound is cannot be marfu, because marfu sound should be una. Waw and noon is the sound, is the haruf of the marfu. Ina means ja and noon is the Arab showing the Arab of mansub or majroor. And at this time, Ina so as-sadiqina is majroor because of the harfu jar min. So it means there is no marfu ism here. There are total of three words here. The first one is mubtada. Min, the second one is a harf, is a particle, is not a noun. And as-sadiqina is it can be a mansub or it can be a majroor, but it can never be a marfu. It can never be marfu. So it means there is no marfu ism here. There is no nominative noun here that can become a predicate. Okay, so it means predicate is missing here. Predicate is not mentioned here. It's not present here. So in that case, if predicate is not mentioned, Jar Majroor will become a Shibul Jumla khabar. It will take the place of the khabar. It will replace by khabar. Okay. So Mubtada with Shibul Jumla khabar become a Jumla Ismiya. So, translation is he is one of the truthful. Okay. He is from the truthful or is one of the truthful. One more example, very similar with the last slide. Huwa is same mubtada. Minal kadhibin. I will not repeat. You should know that minal kadhibin is a jar majroor, and there is no marfu ism. We can't find any marfu ism in this part of the ayah. Okay, so there is no marfu ism that can make a that can become a khabar. So it means khabar is absent. In the absence of the khabar, jar majroor will become a shibu jumla khabar. So mubtada with khabar become a jumla ismiya. He is one of the liars. All right. One more example. Huwa is again mubtada. Fi. Now if you count there, how many words are there? There are four words. The first word is a mubtada. Okay. First word is mubtada, is a zamir munfasil, which always marfu and which always use as a subject as a mubtada. The second word is a particle, is a harf. Okay, is a harf means is a prepositional particle, is a harfu jar. Dalalin mubinin, these two words left in this part of ayah. So if I ask you, is there any marfu ism here? Is there any nominative noun here? No, there is no nominative noun here. So it means there is no predicate here, there is no khabar, because khabar should be marfu, khabar should be nominative. So there is no nominative noun here, there is no marfu ism here, so there is no khabar here. It means khabar is absent here. So why this is majroor? Dalalin mubin, why they both are majroor? Because dalalin is majroor because of the harfu jar behind it. Okay, so harfu jar make it majroor, make it in majroor state. Why mubinin is majroor? Mubinin is majroor because it's a sifa of the dalalin. It's a sifa of dalalin. So dalalin is a mawsuf and mubinin is a sifa. If you check the qualities of both of these, they both are masculine, they both are singular, they both are in genitive case, means they both are majroor, and they both are indefinite. They both are nakira. So all four qualities are matches with each other. So it means Mawsuf Sifa is Majroor because of the harfu jar. And now Jar Majroor will become Shibu Jumla Khabar in the sentence. There is no Marfu ism here that we can make it a khabar. So it means khabar is absent here. In the absence of the khabar, Jar Majroor will become we will call it a Shibu Jumla Khabar. Okay. So Mubtada with Shibu Jumla Khabar become a Jumla Ismiya. Now we will translate. How we will translate at this moment, I will tell you that one of the ayah I give you according to exact on this pattern. So you have to do that homework on that ayah exactly like this. Okay, it will help you inshallah ta'ala. So when you will do translation, first of all, always you do the translation of the mubtada. Okay, so we will do the translation of the mubtada because it's the first part of the sentence. Okay, so first part we will translate in first. Then in khabar, there is a murakkab tawsifi. Okay, there is a descriptive phrase. So in descriptive phrase, what we will do the translation first of the sifa. He is in clear astray. So in Mausuf and Sifa, so we learn already in the when we done the descriptive phrase in that lecture, we learned that when we do the translation of the Murakkab Tawsifi, the descriptive phrase, we will do the translation first Sifa, then Mausuf. That's why I write the here the translation of the first Sifa, then Mausuf. Okay, he is in the clear astray. Okay. Look at this ayah. In this ayah, there are four sentences. There are four sentences in this ayah. So let me move into the four parts. So it means that one, two, three, four sentences are in this sentence. So what I will cover the first sentence. So the rest three one are exactly same which I will do now. Okay, so I will take these two words from the sentence and I will analyze it. Al-khabithatu is marfu and marfa, so it's a mubtada. Lil khabithina. The first lam is a harfu jar lam, and khabithina is in majroor straight because of the lam harfu jar. Okay, so is there any marfu ism, another marfu ism except this al khabithatu? No, there is no another marfu ism that we can make it khabar. So it means khabar is not mentioned here. Khabar is not present here. In the absence of the khabar, Jaar Majroor will become a Shibul Jumla khabar. Okay, so Mubtada with Shibul Jumla khabar become a Jumla Ismiya. Translation is impure women are for impure men. Okay, so I will move it now back to the full ayah. So rest of all this is same. I will cover I will color it. All these blue one are what they are. They all are marifa, they all are marfu. Okay, in the muzakkar, the una sound tells us that it is marfu. Okay, so it is marfu because it's marifa and marfu. Sorry, it is mubtada because it's marifa and marfu. And the other part, the all are jar majroor. They all start with a lamu jar. Okay, so they all are jar majroor shibu jumla khabar. So mubtada with shibu jumla khabar become a full jumla ismiya sentence. So there are one sentence, two, three, four sentences are here. So here is a translation. So you can pause the video and you can read the translation of this full ayah. Okay, I will move on the next slide. Let's play a little game now. I try to make it interesting for you because I want that you should be enjoy this course, inshallah ta'ala. So I hope you will enjoy this course. Okay, in this ayah, there are three words. Huwa sharrun lahum. I didn't read according to the tajweed, okay? I just mentioned separately. So you have to tell me lahum is I put in the red color because it is jar majroor. You already know it is jar majroor. I want to ask this jar majroor either is it called a muta'alliq khabar or shibu jumla khabar. So you have to check is the khabar present or not present, is khabar mentioned or not mentioned in the sentence. So I'm giving you 5 second time clock is here, time starts now. Time is up. So if your answer was this one, that muta'alliq khabar, then congratulations that you find the correct answer. That lahum here is a muta'alliq khabar because khabar is present. Sharrun is a khabar. Huwa is mubtada. Sharrun is khabar. Look, marfu ism. Marfu ism, it means khabar is present. In the presence of khabar, jar majroor will be called muta'alliq khabar. Okay, let's move towards the next one more slide, one more exam game. Annaru lahum. If I move back, lahum, I choose lahum here as well, and I choose lahum there as well. Okay, I choose the same workup jari for you, just that you can know that what lahum will be become now. So you have to check is the predicate the khabar is mentioned here or not. If it is mentioned, then what lahum will be called. If it is not mentioned, then what lahum will be called. So your time will start now. Tick, 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 tick. It's 5 seconds, but I said too many ticks now. Time is up now. So light is on. Murakkab jari will be called Shibu Jumla khabar in the absence of the khabar. So look, there is no khabar. Annaru is marfu and marfa, so it is mubtada. There is no khabar, there is no another marfu ism that become that we can say that it is khabar. So it means there is the khabar is not mentioned here. Khabar is absent here. In the absence of khabar, lahum, the jar majroor will be called shibu jumla khabar. So it means lahum here is a shibu jumla. I hope normally this topic every Arabic grammar student feels so hard, and they feel that no, it's very very hard topic. I hope I try to make it as easy as I can. So I hope it will be easy for you. In the beginning maybe you feel it hard. It is normal for everyone. Everyone feel it hard. Even me, when I was on your stage, when I was a student, I did this topic, I feel it very very hard, super hard. So but gradually when I did practice, I feel it's very easy now. It's the super easy because there's only two options. Present khabar is present or not present. Khabar is mentioned or not mentioned. Only two options. If it is mentioned, then jar majroor will be called muta'alliq khabar. If khabar is not mentioned, then it will be called shibu jumla khabar. Simple. All right. Homework. Homework very important. So let's move towards the homework now. I gave here few examples. They all ayat are on the same pattern which I already explained in the lectures, in the last lecture and today's lecture. So there will be no hard for you, inshallah ta'ala. So I wrote already the meanings which I feel that it can be hard for you to know the meaning. So I mentioned the meanings. So you have to analyze them properly, same on the way which I did in the lecture. Okay, so this will be very important for your practice. I hope you like this lecture. Let's make dua now. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.